You're reckless, impulsive, and most frighteningly have no grasp of how much you don't know yet.
It means the world you're telling me this in person.
But I also think, judging from the last week or so, that there's a chance we might work well together.
Are you offering me a job?
I feel the heat. Do you feel the heat?
There's heat.
Jason Priestley stars as Matt Shade, a former pro hockey player turned detective in the IN series Private Eyes.
He also executive produces the show and sometimes directs it even. Jason,
and he's
welcome,
craft
man.
services. You do it all.
You do it all.
I do it all. I do it all. One-stop shop over here. You want a TV show? Come right over here. I do it all. I produce it, I direct it, I star in it, all of it, right here.
What is this one about? First of all, I like the chemistry already between you two.
Really great chemistry.
Yeah, thanks. Well, the show is about Matt Shade, and when we drop in on the show, Matt is a hockey scout for a professional hockey team, and he through a series of events is all of a sudden looking for something new to do. This future prospect that he's been shepherding along, something very bad happens to him. He discovers a lot of things about the hockey world that he didn't want to through investigating himself, just figuring out what happened to this kid, and he starts working with this private investigator to discover all these things, and then through them working together, he figures that maybe he's done with the hockey world now, and he decides that maybe he wants to start working with this woman, Angie Everett. She's not so into it, and he has to convince her that maybe they should start to work together as the show progresses. Maybe they start to find some common ground, or maybe they don't. We'll see.
And so you're a proud Canadian.
Yes.
And so as executive producer, the show shoots in Toronto. Was that something you had a lot to do with? Was that
No, not really. I mean, I live here in the sunny climes of Los Angeles,
Sure.
like most of us do. The show shoots. The show is actually set in Toronto. The show is set on a series of books called the Brad Shade Mysteries. When we optioned the books, there were 3 books in the series. There's 5 books in the series now. They're a very successful series of mystery books, and we developed the show from the series of books. They were the intellectual property that we developed the show from.
And it's been airing in Canada, and now we're bringing it to the States. I kind of like this formula for you. You've done this before.
I was very succul with a show previous to this called Call Me Fitz
Which
that
was
I did
fantastic.
up there. Oh, yeah,
I missed Fitz. Fitzy is such who doesn't want to hang with Fitzy?
Yeah, Fitz was good. Yeah, he was a very fun character for me to play. But I'm also having a lot of fun with Shade. We've set up a situation with Matt where he's trapped between 3 very strong women in his life. He has a teenage daughter who's challenged. She has macular degeneration, so she's almost blind, but she's a teenage daughter and has all of those challenges that teenage daughters bring into a single parent, especially when that single parent is a man. He has a very strong ex-wife that he has to deal with all the time, and now with his partnership with Angie, he has a very strong female boss/partner that he has to deal with. So the one thing that's really fun for me as an actor and all of our writer and hopefully the audience to get to watch this character of Matt Shade really struggle with how to manage all of these very strong women in his orbit.
And I don't know if a ton of people know, but you've been doing a ton of directing behind the scenes.
I do, yeah. I spend a lot of my, I spend all my time when I'm not working on this show. I spend all my time directing other shows, other projects, other people's TV shows.
You came through and directed an episode of Night Shift.
Yeah, I directed an episode of Night Shift.
I wasn't in the episode.
Night Shift with you. Yeah, I know you weren't in that episode, unfortunately. But
But you're directing this show. You're directing.
I direct this show, and I direct. I direct all over the place. Like. Right after I leave here, I go to New York to continue the launch of the show, and then I head to Vancouver to start directing a bunch of sci-fi before we head up to start our next season of Private Eyes.
90210, I think you directed for the first time. How old were you?
Yeah, I was, the first episode of 90210 I directed, I was 23.
Think about that. That is
23
awesome.
years old.
Calling the shots.
And Aaron Spelling, God bless him, he handed me the keys to that Ferrari, and I don't know what he was
You didn't
thinking.
crash it.
No, I didn't crash it.
What a gift.
And so the next year he gave me 2 episodes to direct, and the year after that he gave me 3 episodes to direct, and that was really how I built my directing career. And I you know, God bless the old man. He really gave me a great gift.
You earned it. Well, before we go,
Yep.
you punched Harvey Weinstein. I read this headline. What in the world? Thank you. And
Yeah.
why did you punch him?
Yeah. Well, you know, it was yeah. Why did I punch him? That's
We can leave it if we don't need to go there.
yeah. It certainly didn't help my feature film career. You know, it was at a party. It was at a Miramax party. It was at his own party. Never a good idea to punch out the host at his own party.
No.
You know, but yeah, it was. You know, he asked me to step outside, and I thought it was better to just have it out right there.
I'm sorry, you were such a man. When I read that headline, I'm like, of course Jason Priestley punched him. I just had to bring that up right there. And we got to go. We're late for times, but I'm sorry, guys. 90210 and Party of 5. Look who I'm between right here. Are you freaking out at home?
Pretty good.
Like I am?
Pretty good.
Private Eyes premieres Sunday, February 11th at 9 Eastern, 8 Central on ION Television.